Welcome into the Locker Room, presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond. I'm Namath Pitts. We are on the road again today, talking more baseball here in Calhoun County. Today we are at Weaver High School talking with Coach Jeremy Harper of the Weaver Bearcats. Before we get into our interview with Coach Harper, I want to remind you to hit that like and follow button on our YouTube channel, on our Facebook page, our Instagram page, all of our digital media platforms, so that you don't miss the Locker Room. We're here every weekday, Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. with all local sports right here in East Alabama, covering the Calhoun and Cleburne County area. We're joined by Coach Harper of the Weaver Bearcats. Coach, first of all, thank you for taking time to join me.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you having me. I appreciate you taking your time out of your schedule to dig a little deeper into Weaver baseball. Appreciate it, man.
Coach, let's talk about Weaver baseball. How long have you been the head coach here?
This will be my, let me do this right. I think this will be my 9th year as the head coach. I've been with the program for 11 years, so this will be my 9th as a head coach. Yeah.
And, Coach, you got a team this year that is pretty young. I mean, you've got 0 seniors. You know, we're going to interview a sophomore a little bit later on in the show, interview an 8th grader, and that kind of seems to be the trend for your team is 8th graders. So, first of all, have you ever had a team as young as the team you have now? And talk about just having such a young team.
No, I haven't. This is my youngest team I think I've ever had at the varsity level, being a baseball coach. And, you know, one thing that I do, even though they're young and they're maybe inexperienced at competing at the level that they're asked to compete at, they come with a great attitude every day. They work. The effort is there. We just got to work on some things that a lot of times being 8th graders, from a strength standpoint, from a maturity standpoint, they're not quite there yet to compete consistently day in and day out against juniors and seniors, but they're getting there. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel as far as the improvement that's happening each and every day in practice, and from game to game, they're starting to have a better understanding of what to do, how to do it, and how to play the game. And that's very important moving forward in this sport.
Coach, you've been at Weaver as a baseball coach for 9 years, have had a couple playoff runs. Mm-hmm. You play in an area that, I'll be honest with you, Piedmont's obviously one of the better teams in the state, but then, you got it really kind of wide open right there. You've got a Sacs team that's Coach Ginn, has now passed the baton off, and then you got J.D. Phillips in his second year at Welborn, and they're still really young as well. So you kind of look at that. Not many times can you sit here with a team of 8th graders and say, hey, we got a chance to make the playoffs, but you do. And so how would you kind of digest this area?
Well, that's one of our goals that we talk about at the beginning or the start of every season, no matter, what our classes look like in our program. Our goals are to make the playoffs. Obviously, that's just one of our goals. Obviously, the goals change from time to time, and right now we're not focusing on the end result so much. We're just staying in the moment, and the moment right now for us is improvement. Each day, every day, is to build some improvement, to build confidence in what we're trying to do and trying to accomplish. And with that, I think that our players are going to see the results that they want to see moving forward down this stretch of area play and all the other scheduled games as well, leading us into April in the playoffs. But yes, this is a tough region with Piedmont in it. They're a perennial power in 3A pretty much every year, but I feel like that we have an opportunity to compete against them and against everybody in our area to maybe, punch a ticket for the playoffs each and every year and each and every time we step on the field with those guys.
Coach, just kind of looking at the season so far, where would you say that you guys need to improve on the most?
I think just consistency. You see flashes of what we're capable of doing, whether it be in the box, batting, or in the field, or even pitching. Our pitching has been probably our strongest point so far. I think we've not thrown more than 2 pitchers in a single game this far this year, and we've played 5 games. So that's a testament to those guys and their work ethic and their understanding of how to pitch and how to approach the game from the mound. We have to be more consistent at the plate, and making routine as we move forward. So growth. It's a growth mindset. Can we get 1% better each and every day, whether it's practice or the games? And if we do that, I think we set ourselves up for success down the road.
Coach, I do this with a couple coaches occasionally when I feel like the Lord's leading me to. So one thing about the locker room, and people know this, is we believe in being open about our faith. Sure. And I surrendered my life to Christ at an FCA event back in 2017.
Amen.
And so you're one of those guys. You have an FCA huddle. It's led by a good friend of mine, John Holder. Just talk about the importance of the FCA huddle to you and having that, be an importance of this team.
It's invaluable. With today's athlete, today's kids now, they're so, I mean, all kids all the time are always impressionable, but there's so many things thrown in the direction of young people now that are not positive and not good and not in their best interest. Anything that we can do to get them in front of somebody that's, you know, trusted and well respected and obviously a believer in the faith like Mr. John Holder is, it's a win-win for us. It was a no-brainer when I asked him to come on board 3 years ago and do this, and he's been a blessing to us and our program, to me. You know, each and every time he gets to come and speak. Actually, he's coming today to speak at, before our practice today. So we're so thankful and blessed to have FCA and John Holder represent those guys to talk, you know, about the Bible, some inspirational stories, some impactful character lessons that he teaches our kids each and every day that hopefully they can take not only with them as an athlete or as a baseball player, but more importantly as a young man through life.
Absolutely, that's what it's all about. Coach, one thing, though, that you have to do as a coach and is you have to keep an eye on the pitch count. That's something that, especially, it's really hard when you're a small school. You don't maybe have as much depth as larger schools. So talk about just the challenges of making, you know, keeping an eye on the pitch count and then what goes into moving guys around so that you can have a guy to pitch, you know, when you get in that doubleheader on a big area game.
Well, you know, we're not one of the schools that have what they call POs, pitchers only. So everybody is pretty much a pitcher on our on our team. So they get work in on days that we're able to work them bullpens. And for the most part so far, those guys that are position players, all of them are position players that have been asked to throw, they've done an exceptional job this year. Like I said earlier, I think, you know, in all the games we've played this year, which is not a whole lot, but we've not thrown more than 2 pitchers a game. One game in the county tournament against Pleasant Valley, I thought we had our best pitching performance. Easton Capps, another 8th grader, threw 70 pitches in a complete game, 6 innings, and basically gave up 4 or 5 hits against, you know, a pretty good little Pleasant Valley team, and gave ourselves a chance to win and come back and win. And you know, I'm proud of the way that they competed, or he competed in that way, and I'm proud of all our pitchers the way they competed so far this year. A lot of times the ball didn't bounce their way when balls are put in play. Again, it goes back to playing behind your pitcher to where you can make routine outs to help your pitcher along, it's a funny game. You know, we say pitching and defense, but it also impacts how you bat a lot of times too when you play good defense and you pitch it well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do in the future and down the road, this stretch leading up to area play in the next couple of weeks.
Coach, last question. I'm going to interview Trayson and Landon coming up the rest of the show. Why don't you talk about those two and why you chose those two?
It's a no-brainer for me. Landon and Trayson are 2 of the most hardest working kids we have in our program. They're very humble. They're very hard work ethic, both of them. They put their head, their face down on the grindstone and go to work in each and every day. I don't ever have to question about if Landon or Trayson is getting the most out of their ability each and every day, because they push themselves, they push others to be the best version of themselves that they can, and I can't thank them enough for what they do. And you know, those 2 guys, along with a couple others, are going to dictate how the rest of the season goes for us moving forward, if we're going to make, you know, a playoff run like you talked about earlier or not. And I'm thankful and blessed to be able to have kids like that in our program. It makes it easy to coach.
All right, Coach Harper of the Weaver Bearcats. Coach, good luck to you guys down the stretch.
Thank you, sir.
And when we come back, we'll be talking with one of his players as we continue on the Locker Room, presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond.
Ted's Floors and Beyond is excited to introduce our all-new outdoor living collection. Have you ever dreamed of elevating or even creating an outdoor living space, whether it be for grilling, lounging, playing, entertaining, or just winding down? Our quality tile and stone, combined with our expert craftsmanship, will no doubt create unforgettable outdoor moments with family and friends, while also enhancing the beauty and value of your home. Call us today.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today. For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
Ted's Floors and Beyond brings you the locker room each and every day. Ted's Floors and Beyond has all your flooring needs, whether it's hardwood, laminate, carpet, tile, luxury vinyl. They have it for you right there at Ted's. You can go by their showroom there in Anniston and you can pick out what you like, want, and need, and they can do that there at Ted's. Also, they've got their partnership with Welborn Cabinet and will offer you a complete kitchen or bath makeover. That includes cabinets, countertops, flooring, backsplashes, tile showers. They can get it done there at Ted's Floors and Beyond. And now they offer you work on your outdoor space, whether it's an outdoor kitchen, patio, or living space. They have specially made outdoor tiles and stones that can enhance your outdoor experience. Go by and see them today at their showroom in Anniston on Highway 431, right before you get to Sachs Elementary School, or visit them online at shopteds.com. That is shopteds.com. Ted's Floors and Beyond brings you the locker room. Welcome back into the locker room presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond. I'm Namath Pitts. We are now talking with a Weaver baseball player. We are joined by Trayson Jones, who is in the 8th grade. Trayson, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what position you play?
I play shortstop, middle infield.
All right, Trayson, you're an 8th grader playing varsity baseball. Obviously, you guys have a lot of 8th graders that are playing on varsity baseball team, but just talk about being in 8th grade and playing varsity each day.
It's a fun experience. It's a good experience, too, because being younger and playing up with all the older kids, you get a good experience and fun out of it. You learn a lot of things, too.
Now, how long you been playing baseball, Trayson?
Played baseball right before T-ball, so.
Since you were a kid?
Yeah.
What got you into playing baseball, man?
Just picked up a ball one day and a bat and thought I'd go outside and throw it around and hit it. And I enjoyed it. Thought it was a fun experience. Wanted to maybe get a career in it.
So what is it about baseball that you love so much? What is it that makes you come to the field each day ready to play?
It's fun. You learn things. It's something you enjoy to do. You steadily moving around, things you got to focus on. Just fun.
Now, you guys played in the county tournament. You got a win over Sachs, who's an area team, and then obviously you fell in the next round. But just talk about that experience, getting to play in the county tournament and getting to play at Sig Field at Chuckalaka Park.
It was fun. We started off a little slow, but we picked up. It was fun. Definitely playing on the field that's a lot older and kids that are a lot older than you are. Good experience.
What's the challenges? You kind of talked about playing a lot of older teams, older guys. You guys are younger, but what's the challenges that you think you guys face the most being such a young team?
And the challenges, they're a lot older, stronger. They might know a lot more than you do, but you just got to think ways around it and go at it with them.
Now, for you, you play at Weaver. What does that mean to you to wear that jersey that says Bearcats across it?
It means a lot of things. You feel good about it. It's where I've went to Weaver since I was in kindergarten, so I played baseball for Weaver since I was in T-ball. Went to state and AA. That was fun. But just wearing Bearcats, proud of it. Love all the coaches, all the teachers and staff here at Weaver's. Good school. They care about you and all the people around you.
Speaking of coach, you play for Coach Harper. He's probably one of the most solid guys you'll meet in this area for sure. Talk about Coach Harper, man, just what he's like as a coach. Talk about what he's like at practice. Is he an intense guy? Is he laid back? Just talk about Coach Harper and what he's like, and then talk about the impact he's made on you.
Coach Harper, he's a really good guy. He cares about you. He'll do anything in the world for you. He likes to get involved with all of us in practice and get pumped up and bounce around. He's a really good guy. He's always cared and helped us if we needed it, or even showed us a bunch of new things. he don't really get mad at you unless you just completely do something dumb.
So are you one of those guys that it seems like Coach Harper's always on your tail, or are you typically one of them guys he don't ever have to get on to you?
I think I'm right. I mean, I don't think I do many things wrong. I think I'm pretty good. There are sometimes, you know, he has to get on to us, but I think I'm right. I'm pretty. I try to understand him the best I can.
Yeah. Now you're only in 8th grade, so obviously, you know, you would like to make the playoffs. You got to get through at least 2 of Piedmont, Wellborn, or Sachs. Certainly Sachs struggled a little bit this year. You guys are young. Wellborn struggled a little bit, looking improved a little bit, and then Piedmont, most people know about Piedmont. Just kind of looking at the area, you guys being young, man, what would it mean to just make the playoffs as an 8th grader and know you still have 4 more years ahead of you?
Oh, it'd mean a lot of good things. It'd be definitely an enjoyment and be really fun to do and think about, because you're being in 8th grade, you real young compared to all the seniors and the older kids in the teams, and I think it'd be a fun experience.
Now, with you being only in 8th grade, but you still played baseball since T-ball, so you've been playing baseball for a long time. Is there a memory that you can recall from your time playing baseball that just always seems to stand out above anything else?
Probably me when I hit my first home run. It was, you know, you get up there to the plate and you're still young, and I think it was in T-ball, and I also hit one in AA. But T-ball, I got up there and I was just standing, I hit it, and I just run them bases and can't forget about it.
You were talking about how you guys made state when you was in AA. What do you remember the most about that experience?
Getting to hang out with your buddies, play. It was hot, so always being under, trying to find shade, and we stayed in the hotel. It was different too, because being young, you go out there with a bunch of other kids not even around you. It's different.
Now, who is tracing away from baseball? If I were to ask you, have nothing to do with the baseball field, who are you? What do you like to do away from baseball? What would you say?
I really just like to hang out outside and work on stuff, really. Go try to build stuff, make fun things, tear it up and repair it. Always stuff like that.
Are you a fisher or a hunter?
I enjoy fishing. I don't really hunt much, but I do fish.
All right, who would you say has got the, you're in 8th grade, so who would you say in the 8th grade class, who would you say is probably the best fisher?
Me, no doubt. I'll tear them all up.
All right, final question. Just talk about your goals for this season. Obviously, again, you want to make the playoffs, but is there any individual accomplishments you'd like to add, you know?
Just get better and learn more about the game of baseball and encourage myself on more things. Have fun times with your buddies and stuff. It's really, I mean, try to get better.
All right, Trayson Jones of the Weaver Bearcats. Hey, don't go away, because when we come back, we're going to talk with another Weaver baseball player who's a sophomore, which is a veteran for Weaver. Sounds crazy to think about that. But hey, don't go away. We continue on the Locker Room, presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond.
Ted's Floors and Beyond is excited to introduce our all-new outdoor living collection. Have you ever dreamed of elevating or even creating an outdoor living space, whether it be for grilling, lounging, playing, entertaining, or just winding down? Our quality tile and stone, combined with our expert craftsmanship, will no doubt create unforgettable outdoor moments with family and friends, while also enhancing the beauty and value of your home. Call us today.
We live in a world that moves quickly, and while we are able to connect faster than ever through technology, maybe you've noticed that real connection is hard to come by. Parker Memorial Baptist Church offers you a place to connect, a place to learn more about Jesus and the difference He can make in your life, a place to build relationships with like-minded believers, or maybe discover what it means to be a follower of Jesus Christ. A place to use the gifts and talents God has given you. A place where we love God and we love you. Parker Memorial Baptist Church, 1205 Quintard Avenue, Anniston. Visit our website for details.
We continue on the Locker Room, presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond. I'm Namath Pitts, and we're at Weaver High School talking Weaver Bearcat baseball. We are joined now by a sophomore baseball player for the Bearcats, Landon Free. Landon, you're a sophomore. That is a veteran for this team. How crazy is it to think you're only in 10th grade, yet you're considered one of the most seasoned guys on the roster?
That's crazy. We used to, a few years I've been playing, we've had a lot of seniors most of the years. So, and then this year we don't have none at all. So it's pretty wild to only be playing with mostly 8th graders.
Now, Landon, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what position you play?
I play shortstop, third, and pitcher.
So shortstop, third, and pitcher. How different is it playing pitcher? All right, let me rephrase the question. How different is it pitching compared to when you're playing the hot corner at third?
Pitching, there's, depending on like how we're doing and stuff, the pressure, there can be a lot of pressure at times. And then third, you just got to be ready for whatever comes at you.
All right, now you have been playing baseball probably since you were a kid, right?
Yes, sir.
So you've been playing since you were a kid. What was it that got you into playing baseball?
Well, my dad and my older brother, they used to always play. And then when I was a little kid, they used to always like teach me stuff. So that's what got me into it, and I started playing.
So what is it about baseball that you love so much to get you coming back to the field every day?
I just enjoy playing it. I have fun when I'm out there on the field. I like to learn more about baseball and how to do stuff.
Now, talk about Coach Harper. What's Coach Harper like? You're one of the more seasoned guys, so he may, I don't know if he's a little harder on you or not or whatever it is, but talk about Coach Harper, man, what he's like, and then just talk about the impact he's made on you.
He always cared for us. He's had a big impact on me in my baseball career, and he always gives us rides and stuff, and he makes sure at practice like we're showing a lot of effort. That's all he cares about is this effort. Make sure you always try your best.
Yeah, absolutely. Effort's 100% something. Talk about being, you kind of mentioned the 8th graders earlier, but knowing that you got 7, there's 7 8th graders, I believe, that are on the varsity roster. I mean, that's insane to think about. What are you trying to do to help those guys get better?
I'm just trying to learn with them. Well, I know I'll learn more because I've been on varsity for a few years, but I want to like learn with them and grow as a team since they're young. We have potential. I know they can get better and we can be good in a few years.
Now, you guys have not played maybe as many games as other teams in the county up to this point in the season, but how do you feel like where do you feel like you guys need to improve the most right now as you get closer to area play?
I know our hitting, we ain't doing that bad. We put some in play, and then defense, we need to do a little work on, especially a little of both right now.
How do you feel like your pitching's been?
It's been good. I've thrown mostly strikes, so just focus on accuracy and throwing strikes. And
now, you play in an area with Welborn, Saxon, Piedmont. You've got to beat 2 out of those 3 to make the playoffs. For you being a sophomore and knowing that you have a lot of young teammates, what would it mean to you to be able to make the playoffs?
It'd be crazy to me because especially making playoffs as like a very young team, having a lot of 8th graders, it'd mean a lot to make the playoffs, especially young. I know to them it'd mean a lot to them too, especially since they're 8th grade on varsity.
Yeah, absolutely. And to talk about maybe some of those guys that people aren't familiar with that are going to be really good players for this program. I'll be honest with you, I don't know a lot about Weaver baseball up close except for when my brother played Weaver, but I do talk to people, and from the people I've heard, they've said, man, this group that he's got in 7th and 8th grade, I mean, these guys are going to be legit as they get older. So why don't you go ahead and talk about some of those guys that people are already creating buzz about?
Yeah, I know. They're good. They put in a lot of work, extra stuff, and always putting in the effort and stuff. So they're going to be a lot of help. I know they'll be good in the next few years we have together. So I know we'll make playoffs one of the years.
Who you think's the best hitter on the team?
Probably Trayson.
All right. Look, you didn't say yourself. That's the humbleness right there.
Yeah, I know Trayson. He puts them in play and gets a lot of hits.
Who you think's the best pitcher?
Tucker.
You didn't even say yourself on that either. All right. So one thing I figured out about Landon Freeze, he's a humble guy, that's for sure. Landon, who are you away from baseball, man? Why don't you tell people about you?
I like to hang out with friends, family when I ain't in baseball. I like to focus on school, make sure I get good grades, stay caught up on work.
Have you took the ACT yet?
I took the pre-ACT.
Pre-ACT. Did you do good?
I did decent on it.
You didn't score 32?
No.
All right. Looking right now, you're only a sophomore, so you still got 2 years left of high school. But do you have any ideas of what you think you might want to do after high school?
No, I don't know right now, but I know I'm career tech. I go career tech. I do health science, so just focusing in there and trying to learn a lot in there.
Now, away from Coach Harper. All right, so out of base, do you play any sports other than baseball?
No, sir.
No? Okay, so away from Coach Harper, who would you say is your favorite coach at Weaver High School?
Coach Fulmer.
You like Coach
Or
Fulmer?
Coach Crane.
You like Coach Fulmer? I like Coach Fulmer too. He's a good dude. What's your goals for this season?
To get better, learn more about the game, and grow as a team, and just get better at defense, offense, all together.
What does it mean to you to be able to play for Weaver, to put that jersey on and be a Bearcat?
It means a lot to me to be able to support them. I've been playing since I played my 5th and 6th grade, and then I didn't play 7th grade, so and then 8th grade I was playing with varsity, and I've been supporting them on baseball for a little bit, so it feels good to be able to support them and play for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was going to ask you, are you a guy that likes to watch baseball away from playing, or you just kind of play baseball and don't really care about the pros or college?
Kind of just play. I don't really watch. I watch some every now and then, but not really.
All right, landing free of the Weaver Bearcats. And that's going to do it for us today on The Locker Room. Hey, I hope you'll join us back here tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll have highlights of the Calhoun County Baseball Championship game between Oxford and Alexandria. So I hope you'll join me right back here at 5 p.m. on The Locker Room, presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond.